Hey guys, right here I have a 2015 Nissan Juke 1.5 dCi Acenta Premium. And today I'm going to make a startup and full vehicle tour video of it, show you the features inside and out. So here is the key. Let's go ahead and start it up first. This Juke does have a 6-speed manual. The Juke comes with an electric rack and pinion power steering system. Standard on the Acenta Premium trim is a leather-wrapped steering wheel with perforations on the sides and sport grips at the 10 and 2 o'clock positions. The only transmission available with the 1.5 dCi 110 engine is a 6-speed manual. To engage reverse, pull the catch just below the gear knob and push the gear lever all the way to the left and up. Shifting into reverse, activate the Juke Acenta Premium's standard reverse camera with guidance lines that help one park. The gear knob and the base of the gear lever is covered in leather as well. Just below the head unit, you can find the Nissan Dynamic Control System, which controls the climate control if you press the climate button, and the vehicle settings if you press the D mode button. Under the D mode, you can select 3 driving modes from the buttons to the left of the display. The modes include Normal, Sport, and Eco. These driving modes affect the engine, steering, and climate control setups. Normal is the default setup and the display shows a torque indicator. Sport sharpens the throttle response, stiffens the steering, and a power indicator comes up on the display. Eco gears the car towards better fuel efficiency by restricting the throttle and lowering the climate control's use of energy. When in Eco, an Eco level indicator is displayed. To the right of the display, the setup button allows you to enter the vehicle setup menu, where you can set the display brightness, language, units, clock, locks, and whatnot. If you hit the Drive Info button, you can bring up a G-force meter as well as a drive information menu. If you hit the Eco Info button, the vehicle's fuel economy records are displayed. In terms of safety, the Juke Acenta Premium comes with 6 airbags, anti-lock braking system with electronic brake force distribution and brake assist, tire pressure monitoring system, electronic stability program, an alarm system with immobilizer, and ISOFIX child seat anchor points for the rear seats. As usual, let's turn on the hazards, lights, front and rear fog lights, take a look at the engine, and roll down the driver's side window. The Juke Acenta Premium gets 17-inch sport alloy rims as standard. The rims on this car are wrapped in Bridgestone Turanza ER300 215 55 R17 tyres. The brakes are ventilated discs in front and solid discs out back. McPherson struts and a torsion beam setup make up the front and rear suspension respectively. The approach angle, the departure angle, and the ramp over angle for the front-wheel drive Juke is 26 degrees, 31 degrees, and 22.5 degrees respectively. The Juke is a B-segment crossover that debuted at the 2010 Geneva Motor Show, with the facelift appearing for the 2015 model year 4 years later at the 2014 Geneva Motor Show. It is based on the Nissan B platform that also underpins other B-segment crossovers within the Renault-Nissan alliance, including the Renault Captur and the Dacia Duster. The Juke is also known as the Infiniti ESQ for the Chinese market. The Juke does have quite a unique style, with opinions on it divided between it looks good and it looks ugly. The front features 3 rows of lights, the side profile is coupe-like with hidden rear door handles, and the rear lights are designed to mimic a boomerang. The interior, meanwhile, is inspired by a motorcycle, with a painted center console that looks like a motorcycle's fuel tank and an instrument cluster that looks like it is separated from the dashboard. This Juke is powered by the 1.5-litre K9K engine that features a single overhead cam, 8 valves, turbo diesel inline-4 layout with common rail direct injection. This engine produces 108 horsepower at 4000 rpm and 260 Nm of torque between 1750 and 2500 rpm. 0 to 62 miles per hour or 0 to 100 km per hour takes 11.2 seconds, and the top speed is 109 miles per hour or 175 km per hour. With a 46-litre fuel tank, combined fuel consumption for the Juke 1.5 dCi 110 two-wheel drive manual on 17-inch wheels is 70.6 miles per gallon or 4 litres per 100 kilometers. Carbon dioxide emissions is 104 grams per kilometer, and this Juke is front-wheel drive. The Juke went on sale in the UK in September 2010. A number of different engines are available, and depending on the engine, manual or Xtronic continuously variable transmission as well as front-wheel drive or four-wheel drive can be chosen. Trim levels at launch include Visia, Acenta and Tecna, with various special editions going on sale along the way. The Juke is a highly customizable car with various packs, colors, trims and options that can be chosen. The facelifted Juke went on sale last year with updated looks inside and out, new technological features, and new petrol engines. Trim levels for the facelift include Visia, Acenta, Acenta Premium, and Tecna. The Acenta Premium trim was recently replaced with the N-Connecta trim. At the top of the Juke range is the Juke Nismo RS Performance crossover. A full list of current Juke variants available in the UK is listed out in the description box below this video. Exterior features of the Juke Acenta Premium includes manual leveling halogen projector headlights, LED daytime running lights, front and rear fog lights, indicators on the side mirrors, body-colored side mirrors and front door handles, and black rear door handles. You do have your speaker down there together with a bottle holder and a bit of storage. And right up here you do have your window lock, central locking and your window controls. Only the driver's side window in this car is fully automatic in both directions. The rest of the windows are just powered. adjustable aircon vents, and right down here, this lever adjusts the level of the headlight. You do have your mirror controls. This button turns on or off your auto start-stop system. If you do have the system activated, the engine will momentarily shut off when you arrive at a stop, such as a traffic light or a traffic jam, to save that extra bit of petrol or diesel depending on what the car is running on. Right here you do have your tire pressure monitoring system initialization, and right here you have the button to turn on or off your traction control. Down here, right next to the bonnet release lever, you do have the lever to release your fuel flap. The driver's seat in this Juke Acenta Premium does get full manual adjustments. This lever controls your seat back. This lever controls your seat height. And this bar down here controls your seat position. Alright. So let's go ahead and see how she revs. The Juke Acenta Premium does come standard with a single zone automatic climate control system with all of your controls located down here. It is quite simple to use. As shown earlier, the climate control controls are shared with the drive mode controls, and you can switch between the two modes just by pressing the appropriate button right above the controls. As for the climate control controls, you do have your fan speed, temperature, air conditioning, off button, different modes, front and rear defrost, and your recirculation or outside air buttons. You do have a bit of storage down here, power outlet to the left, and your auxiliary and USB ports to the right. The Juke Acenta Premium does come with the Nissan Connect head unit that features a 5.8-inch color touch screen display, various media connectivity options, and 6 speakers for the sound system. The stock sound system available in the Juke is actually decent, but it is not the best. However, it is not the worst either. We are currently in your navigation maps menu. This car does have navigation, it's just that the SD card is not inserted at the moment, so this message pops up instead. It goes the same if you press nav, map, but if you press info, it brings up a list of information regarding your traffic messages, apps, and eco score. You can dim the display just by pressing this button. You can select the brightness. And if you did not want to use the touchscreen, you can use the knob to scroll through the different menus as well. If you hit setup, it brings up your setup menu with your audio. Under audio, you can adjust your bass treble, balance and fader, speed, volume, and your auxiliary level volume. You can set your system settings as well: display, clock, language, camera settings, units, your beep tones, resetting the system back to factory settings, and perform your software updates and whatnot. Your Bluetooth and telephone menu. With your telephone setup, you can pair a new device, select a paired device, delete a paired device, and turn on or off the Bluetooth system. Your navigation setup with your route options, guidance and map settings, points of interest settings, units, and all that. Traffic messages, and your radio settings. If you hit the camera button, you can select your camera options, and right above the camera button you do have your seat track buttons, your CD button, and your auxiliary button. Your auxiliary button also allows you to go to your USB menu as well as your Bluetooth audio streaming menu. Right here we do have your Bluetooth audio streaming menu, play pause, traffic announcement, song information with your song title, artist, album, and your Bluetooth media name. If you hit the radio button, you can go to your FM, AM, and DAB digital radio menus. You can also perform a manual tuning search, look at your list of available radio stations in the area, so on and so forth. If you hit the unhook button, you can go to your Bluetooth telephone menu, where you can look at your contacts, call lists, redial the last number, and bring up the keypad. Right above, you do have your CD player. It is MP3 compatible, eject button for the CD player, and this slot right here is for your SD card for the navigation. Down here, you do have your volume and power knob, and right here you do have your selection wheel as shown earlier. This wheel also doubles up as your tuning knob in the FM, AM, and DAB digital radio menus. Electronic central locking, on the steering wheel, the right spoke houses your cruise control and speed limiter buttons, and the left spoke houses your on-hook off-hook buttons for the Bluetooth telephone system, your volume control, your seat track button, your mode selection button, and this I button right here actually controls your multi-information display located within the instrument cluster. Right now you do have your range, average fuel consumption, elapsed time, trip A, trip B, your instant fuel consumption, and back to your range. Within that display, you also do have your mileage right above, outside temperature, your engine temperature to the left, and your fuel gauge to the right. The steering wheel in this car is tilt only. You adjust it using this lever located down here. Down the center console, right next to the parking brake, you do have a couple of cup holders, and right behind the parking brake, you do have a central armrest with storage down below. It is adjustable, and right here you do have a bit of storage. Manual dimming, rear view mirror, and you do have your interior lights right above. Sun visor for the driver's side does get a vanity mirror. Alright. So I guess that's it for the startup. We can turn it off right now. And continue with the rest of the tour. The rear door handles are mounted within the seat pillar. You do have your speaker down there together with your bottle holder, and your window control is located right up here. The rear seats in the Juke Acenta Premium do fold down. They split 60-40 when folding, and to fold them down, first make sure the headrests are all the way down, then locate the levers on either sides of the headrests, pull it, and then flip the seat back down. I'm about 5'7", which is about 1.7 meters tall. I did set the driver's seat to a position that I would feel comfortable in. There is actually quite a bit of room to stretch out my feet underneath the driver's seat. As for leg room, I get about this much. However, I only get about this much headroom. It is actually not that spacious back here, but at least the seats are comfortable. You do have a single storage pocket on the front passenger seat back. No rear center armrest for this one, but you do have grip handles with hooks on the ceiling for both sides at the back. Your rear interior lights right above. To open up the rear hatch, go towards the rear hatch itself and locate a touchpad just beneath the Nissan badge. With the rear seat backs in place, boot space for the front-wheel drive Juke is 354 litres. Fold the rear seat backs down and remove the rear hatch-mounted cargo cover to increase the boot space to 1,189 litres. To the right of the boot is a light that illuminates the area, and standard on the Juke is a dual boot floor which can be set in 2 positions. This car is equipped with privacy glass for the rear windows and the rear windscreen. You do have adjustable headrests front and rear. You do have your window control right here, another set of central locking buttons, and down below you do have a bottle holder, some storage, and your speaker. The front passenger seat in this Juke does get full manual adjustments as well. It just loses out on the height adjustment as found on the driver's side. You do get quite a big glove box. It extends all the way in. Adjustable aircon vent on this side as well. Grip handle for the front passenger. And the front passenger's sun visor does get a vanity mirror as well. Alright, so let's start it up with the door closed. Alright, so that's it for the startup and full vehicle tour video of this 2015 Nissan Juke 1.5 dCi Acenta Premium. Thanks for watching and goodbye.